Welcome back, familia, and for those that are new to my channel, my name is Christina Nietzsche, and I am all about health and fitness and also doing product reviews on things that I truly believe in and that I absolutely love. If you guys are ready to join the family, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the notification button so that you don't miss out on any future health and fitness videos. Today I'm going to be talking about tips on how you can lose weight. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and get right on into these tips. The first tip that I have for you is to keep in mind that this is a lifestyle change. Don't consider this a diet. If you start calling it a diet, I feel like we kind of go downhill from there and we feel like restricted and we think that we can or can't have certain things or have to have certain things. And you really just want to look at it from a standpoint of just changing your lifestyle and being healthy and doing this for yourself, nobody else, but just for yourself to be healthy and to be the best that you can be. The second tip that I want to give you guys is to basically stick with foods that you know that you would like or things that you know that you'll be able to actually continue eating for a long period of time. So don't pick something that you absolutely hate and try to force yourself to eat that. You really kind of want to go along with the type and the style of foods that you like. Just try to make better choices. So instead of that fried chicken sandwich, see if you can get something like grilled chicken. And just start kind of slow and kind of work your way up so that you're not overwhelmed with all of this healthier type of lifestyle and foods that you're going to be eating. The type of way that you're cooking, you want to pay attention to that. So frying things is definitely not going to help you lose any weight. It's also not good for your heart. A lot of us are also frying things in really bad oils like peanut oil or canola oil. And you really just want to stick to things like baked foods or even steamed foods. You can either steam or bake your meats, and you can of course steam your vegetables. Steaming your vegetables actually helps retain the most vitamins and minerals, and that is actually the best way to cook your vegetables. You want to eat things that are basically nutrient dense. So things like potato chips, crackers, cookies, that's actually just going to make you hungrier in the long run, which I'm sure you'll notice you just want to keep eating more of them. So make sure that you're eating balanced and nutrient dense foods. Make sure that you're eating unprocessed foods. So, when you're putting together a meal, you want to have that protein, that carb, and that fat. Don't starve yourself. I think that when we start to eat healthy, or if we don't have enough knowledge about, how to get started eating healthy, we tend to eat too little and it kind of backfires. So basically just be aware of how much you're eating and make sure that you're not having too little. So I just want to touch basically on, how you can actually make sure that you're eating enough. Now, I don't calorie count, but if you're just getting started, it might actually help to keep a little journal and just to get kind of familiar with the calories and the type of foods that contain these calories. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to getting enough protein, not getting too much fat, and making sure that there are basically unprocessed sources of foods. Eating balanced is so important. Basically, you want to make sure that you're getting all three macronutrients. And for those that don't know, macronutrients are basically the three components that make up calories, which are protein, fats, and carbs. So you want to make sure that you're getting enough. I personally actually take one of those kitchen scales and I weigh out my fats sometimes, but I usually always weigh out my proteins, especially since I'm now lifting a lot of weights. I always make sure that I'm getting anywhere between 4 to 4.5 ounces of protein per meal. Now, of course, this can vary depending on, what your goals are, how much you weigh. So make sure that you do some research, and I'll probably do another video on that to help you guys kind of get on track and figure out where you need to be for your body type, and what type of calories and how to figure that out as far as in how many calories that you need. Eat unprocessed foods. Now, many of you might not know what I mean by unprocessed foods. What that is basically anything that's packaged, anything that's boxed, anything that's canned. These are all processed foods. There's usually a lot of chemicals, a lot of preservatives, definitely unnecessary things that are listed in the ingredients. Make sure that you're checking the ingredients and you know what's on those labels. So if there's something that you don't know about or that you haven't heard of, you probably should not be having that in your diet. Just make sure that you're trying to get unprocessed foods, things like, that you can pick up directly from the meat section, or, beans if you're a vegetarian. You want to make sure that you're getting fresh vegetables or frozen, which is the next best option, and then cooking them yourself, so not canned or anything like that. And try to really limit things like crackers and cookies, and save that for like your treat meal, maybe towards the end of the week. Plan ahead. I know many of you have a super busy schedule. I do as well, so I totally get it. But make sure that, if health is your priority and you're really trying to lose weight and you're trying to get on track, you really do have to set aside time, just like you would set aside time to watch your certain favorite TV show. So make sure that you have one little bit amount of time that you set aside where you can kind of plan and prepare some of your meals ahead of time. Now, this sometimes can be a hard one, but try to get your family on board. And if you can't, then at least have them respect you. I know it's really hard sometimes when your family, maybe like your kids or your spouse, brings in like some cookies, or, has like their favorite cereal that they keep, and it's kind of like a trigger for you. If they could basically respect you and maybe put it in a different section, maybe have like their own area or their own place where you're not going to be seeing it every day, that would be really awesome. And to be honest with you, I feel like, you really should have the support out there, and you should have someone that respects you enough to want to see you succeed in your weight loss goals. Know your triggers and certain weaknesses, and basically pretty much plan on how you're going to avoid them. So if there's a particular situation that is going to trigger a certain type of eating or a certain craving, try to kind of switch that up and avoid that situation the best that you can. Surround yourself around positive people that respect you, that are going to lift you up, and that, it would be awesome to find people that also want to eat the same way that you're trying to eat and try to eat healthy, and you can do this whole lifestyle thing together. I know that many of you are guilty of this. I am guilty of this, so I'm pretty sure this is popular, and if not, I'm just gonna feel really stupid just letting you guys know this, but spoonfuls and utensil licking and grazing and picking on maybe other people's plates or things like that, that actually counts. And I mean, of course we know that, but we technically don't necessarily think of that at the moment. Make sure that you know that all of that stuff actually counts and can actually add up over the day. Make sure that before you actually eat, you're having a full 8-ounce glass of water. Sometimes we actually don't drink enough. Make sure that you're getting hydrated and you are drinking enough water. That's actually a great way to actually incorporate getting more hydration during the day, is to get that glass of water, that 8-ounce glass of water right before your meal, because that'll actually help with some of the overeating that you might tend to do. Make sure you read the labels. Make sure you're looking out for added sugars. There are so many processed foods out there that are adding tons and tons of sugars, or, those fake sugars like Splenda, which is sucralose, or, other type of weird things that you shouldn't be having in your body. You can avoid that by following one of my previous tips, which is to pretty much avoid most processed foods. All right, so the very last tip, when going out to eat, there are certain ways that you can actually order. Some places actually have a lighter menu and things that you can kind of like track. I know a lot of places now are required to actually include the calories and the nutritional content, so I would start becoming aware of that. And when you order things, try to actually order things with like maybe the dressing on the side, or instead of getting like the dressing, ask them to bring out oil and vinegar, and you can kind of, put that together yourself. Make sure that you're paying attention when you go out to eat. See if they have a lighter menu, and if they don't actually have one available in front of you, ask them if there's something that they can do to make this a lighter option for you. So it's actually okay once a week to have what I call a treat meal. I don't like to call it a cheat meal because I feel like it just kind of like brings negative type feelings towards a meal. A treat basically just allows you to kind of like recharge and to kind of start fresh. Don't go crazy, don't go overboard, don't like, stuff yourself beyond control. So when you have this treat meal, you want to make sure that it's just that. one meal. You don't want to continue this through the weekend and, have another meal after that and another meal after that. Keep it in moderation and you will definitely be on your way to losing weight. All right, so the very last thing that I'm gonna mention, it's not necessarily a tip, but I want you guys to enjoy life. Don't think of this, don't say I'm not gonna have this, I'm never gonna do this again or whatever. If you do that, you're gonna go into this whole restrictive mindset. Have fun with this, experiment, see what type of foods that you like and you don't like, and just overall, just make sure that you're treating your body good. All right, so that is all I have for you guys. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any friends or family that you think might benefit from this video, please definitely share with them. Don't forget to put any comments or questions that you have below this video. And as always, I will see you guys next time.